Good morning. It's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk. I don't know if I like the video or not because the stills are like, it's like the still shots are like really crazy. Um, I don't know. And I like walking around. Like when I do the podcast, I walk around, I make breakfast, I eat all this different stuff. And so it's been different. I guess it's different seeing myself. And then if I feel like, oh my God, the story is not the same unless, you see me, like you can hear the podcast, but you don't know, So let's talk about PTSD. And not all the show is gonna be about PTSD because sometimes I'm like Shantae, when you have hit your window of tolerance. But I'll talk about that too. So let's start with the window of tolerance. So first, a person, even a child who has traumatic stress disorder, and I probably started having it when I was younger because I used to get whippings, and at one point it was like I would actually faint. Okay, I would actually pass out at the thought of getting a whooping because it was just like so harsh to me. And I mean, that's why I'm trying to like really do what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I need to be a counselor or not. I cannot take the trauma of others. I'm an empath. I'm an empathetic person. So sometimes you'd be like, and then I notice like if it's somebody that's like in trauma and they just don't want to even recognize that they still like giving somebody away into their life, it is like I can't do it. I cannot. Like I've been in a room of people who have actually been through trauma, and I've been like, nah, I gotta go. They still accepting calls and and they still talking to them. It's like like y'all serious? Like is this for real? And I know everybody do their trauma different. Everybody do their abuse different or whatever. And that's what people will tell you. And for me, I'm just like no. It's like just a no for me. Stay the fuck away from me. So what what am I saying? Oh yeah. So anyway, let's talk about the window of tolerance. So window of tolerance is like you have a fight or flight, okay? So fight is like when you sometimes you freeze too. So the fight is like you feel like you backed in the corner and you gotta like fight your way out. So it's like you get angry, you get whatever, this, that, and the other. And you may have, and that's like some parts of PTSD more so than anxiety because it's not the fear, it's actually the anger. Like it's actually like driving you over something else. So you get so angry, like it's just like so fucking angry, and or you could get angry, you could it's just like have attitude problems, whatever, fight or flight, fight. So it's not a good feeling. I used to tell my kids that in class, like it's just not a good, it's not a good feeling to be angry because it's like you kind of miss stuff, like you miss the thought process, you miss like the actions that you take, and you miss like it's a lot that you miss, it's a lot that you don't notice, it's a lot of stuff that people can get away with too. So for me it's almost like being on drugs. So I hate being angry, like I really do. I hate being like super pissed off. So I don't know, like I just like in your window of tolerance eventually you will calm down, and once you calm down and you level out, then you'll notice like what it is. And it's a thing, it's called the ABC, where you can, they do this with kids too in classrooms, but you can do it for yourself too. Like you can write down what triggered you, an action plan or something like that. You can write down what triggered you, you can write down like what your reaction was, and then you can write down what happened after that. So like usually if it's a fight moment, when you write down what your trigger is, usually from a trigger. So you get a trigger, and then usually you have like an outburst or whatever. Once you get done with your outburst, you can like do some type of art therapy or something like that. Which I say, let's keep art alive in music because I believe that it is very conducive to self healing. And sometimes we just get to points where we just cannot afford it. I mean, it's just like something you cannot afford. So I think art and music is just like truly important. I believe even if they're not offering it in these little school programs, you still need to have that time with your kids to have art and music. I don't care if it's the most horrible shit. Art therapy and music therapy is just like so relieving. Dance therapy, And it does not have to be in the form of therapy. Y'all could just dance. Just dance. Just like get up and dance. Have dance breaks. We call them brain breaks at school. It's a good site called Go Noodle. GONOODLE.com. Go Noodle. So Go Noodle has like little brain breaks and stuff. And I would set it up. If you go in as a teacher, a parent, whatever you want to do, student, whatever. I just go in. I teacher. And so you can set up different accounts. You can set up different accounts for each child and like put it on different devices or whatever. But they all like, it's these, oh my God, it's this Get Fresh crew, and they have like blazers on and they got their little thing. You know, they so cute. They are so cute. They're like the cutest little black boys ever. But yeah, it's those things, like some things like that. They even got popsicle, popsicle, and you know, you like to like go outside and teach your kids how you used to do it. So it's like, it's so cool. Put your hands on your hip and let your back bounce it. You know, it's like, I just love that stuff. So anyway, Go Noodle. That's like so good for just like, it's still therapy. I don't know if people really realize that it's still therapy. You can also add in meditation. Again, if your kid's not able to like get quiet and all that different stuff, remember it's just different poses for meditation. If you know yoga, like I stop my child, I'm like, that's your yoga position. Do the other side. Don't forget the other side. You know, I just like let him know that right now, you even though you're in a relaxed pose, you can. That's a yoga position. Not that he always got to be working, but just so he know that he is actually giving himself therapy. Like he's actually self-caring for himself. So it's like, I feel like that's just important. So anyway, fight or flight. So then a flight, oh my God. The flight for me, I have to go. Like, it's like, I can't be here. You know, it's like, I need to go. Like, I got to get on a plane, a train. We need an automobile. We need to start walking or anything. Like, it is like, I have to go. And so the flight is just avoidance. Again, you come to a point where you mellow out, whatever. Like, so the fight, you know, you really hyper. You eventually mellow out. The flight is like when you like mellow and then you gotta bring yourself back up. So what happens is with both of those, you're not gonna stay that way for too long because you're a human being. And human beings, we have that's the window of tolerance. So when you go out the window of tolerance or when you pass your window of tolerance, I always say I throw myself out. But it's really when you pass your window of tolerance, that's when you start to have those hype moments, those outbursts, whatever, or you have those low moments or whatever. So that's where you don't want to be. You know, everybody really does have a window of tolerance. And mine probably is like, people think it's like a really short one, but it's not. It's like, I mean, people feel like it's long because I don't react. And that is like that I'm actually in fight or flight, you know, because it's like, I don't react. I don't, because I'm about to beat your ass. You know, it's like, okay. Oh, okay. Let me just sit here because I'm about to fuck y'all up. Like, and I'm not joking. Like, I'm thinking I'm finna fuck up the whole fucking room. Like, it don't mean me though. It's not even like a question. I'm thinking, So let's see. But, yeah, window of tolerance. I thought about another story too. So when I was on the SIUE campus, we were having a forum, a black forum for everybody there. You know, everybody on the campus, and that's when everything happened. And I was like, oh my God, like they got points, you know, they like points for people they have sex with. And I actually was about to speak about it because I said, you know, I was like, and they actually shut me down. I was like, we really need to speak about the sex issues that we have on our campus. And actually the campus was really open about sex. Like they actually had like things where they would teach you how to put on condoms. They had, and actually Dusty was over, but what I'm like, they had all these different things like sexual classes, like where we learned about how to be safe and protected and all this different stuff. And so when it came to this group, this forum, this black group, they were like, the alphas was like, nah, she can't say nothing. You know, she just embarrassing. You know, she would embarrass us. You know, I had to embarrass them. You know, I just had to. So, nah, I was just real. It ain't nothing about being embarrassed. It's just being real. That's all it is. And so, and honest and upfront about who you are and what things you need to change in your life. That's all. So anyway, I just hope, this is what I pray. It's just that nobody else had to go through what I went through. You know, it's like, I really do. I really do. I hope that it's some black woman that wrote too. And maybe y'all took her journal too. You know, maybe you took hers too. And maybe she still got a chance to be who she wanted to be. You know, maybe she got a chance to make it. Maybe she got a chance to get her stuff out there without being hacked or being taken advantage of. Maybe she got a chance to be there without being raped again, or no anybody knowing the stories about what those people did to them or whatever. You know, like it's like maybe she got that chance to do that. Maybe she got that chance without being hassled and harassed every day. Or, you know, maybe she got a chance to like be somewhere and not have to think about being an accident or whatever before getting home to her child. You know, I went through a lot. You know, I went through a whole lot. And not one time, like I said, nobody just was like, can I hug you? You know, do you need a break or whatever? Nobody did anything. Kept, they just kept on, you know, with the harassment. And I don't know if it was black and white or white and black. I think it was like 2 or 3 different entities because it was just like daily shit, just daily bullshit. And I was an Uber driver. I enjoyed Uber. You know, I think even they made that into something else, you know. So, Uber and Lyft. So, I don't know, man. It's just like it's been too much. So, yeah, window of tolerance is just like, is you get those moments. So, outside of that, then you have the PTSD, the post-traumatic stress disorder. So, the first time I got raped, even the first time I lost a kid or whatever, it just did not affect me. That's why I don't talk about it as much, because it was just a shock. You know, it was just like more of a shock, you know. But the second time with that big guy, because I wasn't expecting it at all, you know, and plus it was so violent, like it was so, like I didn't have control of myself. That's the one that just like kind of really like, it's just like, it's a jolt. It's just like always like, that's the flashback. And then that feeling after that, that's why I don't do drugs. I think even after that, I stopped smoking weed. You know, I don't fuck with drugs. I did take medicine for depression for a little while, but I don't do drugs. My friends actually were like, no, put that shit in the toilet. Like, you don't have no personality. Like, I was like actual fucking zombie. Like, people be talking to me and I could actually feel myself moving. Like, I feel like I was moving like this. Like it felt like slow motion. So my friends was like, "No, I throw that shit away." So they emptied it out or whatever. And this was after I whooped I beat her ass, you know, and she came up to me with a knife, and I'm telling y'all, for real, my face was probably like stoic the whole time. Like, I don't even, like, it was just like, for real, all I know is I fought her, and I could probably go through every step because all I felt was slow motion. I felt like I was actually moving in slow motion. So I'm just not a person that does drugs. Like, so, yeah, after the first one, it was just like wavy, and I just felt like I was like super anxiety, like, no, the second time, whatever. So, yeah, I just didn't, it just was like, whoa, you know, whoa. After that, I don't know, I moved off campus after that. You know, I moved off campus. And then here come another guy. And like I said, it was like he gonna pay my rent and stuff like that, you know. And so, I don't know, I guess from then on, I just realized, Shantae, you just gotta work your ass off. And I already was, like, I was already working my butt off to, like, get out of there, you know. And when I finally got a job and I found something different to do, I enjoyed it. You know, I was working hard to get out of there. I was working hard to get away. And when I did get away, it was so nice. Like, it was just very nice. So nice. It was like I said, when I got to Dallas, I was still my same self. I didn't dress any different. Yes, I did. I did, because I had become a teacher at some point. And so, I would just, like, have dates and, like, men taking me out. But it also happened in New York and D.C. It opened my eyes, too. But, yeah, I would, like, have all these dates, and it wasn't any lashback. Like, men would call, like, even after I went out with somebody else, like, oh, I can't see you today, I'm going out with such and such. You're like, okay, I'll see you, you know, next week or whatever. I call you then. I was like, what the hell is this? You know, all these restaurants and stuff. I mean, it was really sort of nice. It was really nice. Um, Different cultures or whatever. That's when I got to see like different types of black people, like Jamaican and African, and you know, just like all just Haitian and whatever. You know, black men, white men. I was just like dating. You know, Hispanic men. I did not think that I was like gonna be like Hispanic type, but I was. I was Hispanic type. So anyway, I just it was just like an eye opener for me until I meet this Marcus person, and then that's when I realized these niggas are following me. I didn't know. I still didn't know. Let me stop playing like I'm so smart. I did not know. I had no clue. But yeah, they were following me. So PTSD, that's where that comes in. So when people are following me, actually physically following me, and even in the realm of thinking about following me, if I see you more than one time, if I see you out and then you all of a sudden know something that I said in my apartment or whatever, which, you know, the neighbors were eavesdropping, they were passing it on to these older black men. Older black men give me a problem because of the art teacher and all these other guys. So PTSD, is it's a motherfucker. You hear me? Like, it's like I see a man and I'd be like, only one I do really be like, fuck that. Don't even take a fucking chance. Is that white boy, Brandon Clark. But my friends from college know I don't fuck around really with. When you racist and shit and you a thief, I don't fuck around. Like, I just don't fuck around. I just don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to start to explain shit to your racist ass, or, you know, it's just like I just don't have the time. You know, I don't have time to figure out. I'm calling the police. That's how I be feeling. Just call the fucking police because this nigga here to take some. So, but what it is like the black guys, like, because I don't remember what they look like, I have to actually like start to ask myself questions. I have to like calm down enough to be like, is that him? You know, and I would go into a window of tolerance moment or anxiety attack, which they pretty much same thing. But so it ended up feel like somebody is after me, or somebody is following me, or somebody is coming to hurt me, or whatever, you know, or maybe me and my son gotta lock ourselves up in the closet and play games. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's like I have to get it out. And so that's when PTSD comes in. So that's more psychological as it is to like than problematic. So that's the difference in what goes on with me. So anxiety is more like problematic. It's like, do not follow me, you know, do not do this. Don't do it. But they'll keep doing it. They'll keep doing it. They will keep doing it. They will come and sit in front of my face and just start repeating and changing the words into bigger words and all that stuff. Like, it's funny. And you know the saddest part of this is that I'm pretty sure people remember. I'm pretty sure people can be like, oh yeah, I remember that day. You remember that girl? Remember when she said that? Yeah, girl, what she said. And then, yep, this is me. And they kept following me, girl. They kept following me. I was really trying to get help for us. I was really trying to like educate us in that moment. And in that time, because they would feel a little bit of embarrassment, they are more apt to want to destroy me as opposed to feeling a little bit embarrassment about just solving the problem. Y'all see what I'm saying? Let's just solve the problem. And then we don't have people with these issues anymore. And so yeah, that's why it's like, yeah, I think that's sex trafficking. I really do. Like, I'm really thinking y'all pass my sexual history or the history that you had with me on to other men who thought that they would in turn make me feel the same way or feel bad or try to control me in some kind of way. And it really had nothing to do with you. I was just trying to design a school. That's all I was trying to do. Confluence Academy, whoever the vice principal was, that's it. I was just trying to design my school. It wasn't nothing. It ain't had nothing to do with y'all. It really did. It ain't had nothing to do with nothing I did in my past. I was a grown woman with a kid. I came back because I didn't know how to take care of them. I never been around babies. I always worked. I worked a lot. I was never around little children, small children. And I was having a lot of family problems because I don't know if y'all had the information or something and you were picking up my mom or whatever, but I started having a whole lot of family issues and stuff too. So I had a lot of stuff going on, and y'all kept messing with me, I'm just like, I can't believe that this has become my life, After everything I tried to avoid, like I didn't want the men in my house. I went out there trying to fuck everybody. I wasn't trying to be no stripper or no dancer. I just really wanted to just design a lot of shit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's funny. Maybe a nervous breakdown is funny because a group of men continue to follow you and try to find ways to rape you. I guess that is. It's a joke. I did not get the punchline. But anyway, so I don't know. So anyway, let me finish the PTSD. So the PTSD, that's something totally different because it's just like those are the memories that like kind of jolted Marcus Boy, like that jolted. Because I know, did y'all read the papers? He was like, I said, Marcus, did you drink the last Slim Fast Shake? I was curious because I saw the girl coming to my house, right? I told y'all, you sit on the corner and just watch her. She had big hair, thick girl. She had big hair and she'll come out the apartment. And I'm like, okay. So I just asked him, I say, did you drink the last Slim Fast Shake? That's when he grabbed my hair and pulled it out. He hit me, I think, like 3 times. Then I was trying to leave out the door and he grabbed one of the weights. Actually, he was sitting by the weight, like he was going to hit me with the weight. And he was telling me that his mother, he had told me the story previously. He was like, his brother Corey was in jail because his mother buried a girl in the backyard, okay? But I was trying to take action, right? I was like just leaving little shit around the house because after he read that journal, and he was like, you can't write none of that about me. You can't write about me like that. That's not me. You should write something else about me. You should write good things about me. It's like, is this motherfucker crazy? And then he would sit there and he would cry and just, I'm just, it's just like, so are you fucking serious? And I'm just like consoling him, just trying to console him, y'all. Console. This nigga beat me because I asked him, did you drink the last Slim Fast Shake? He didn't want me to know that he was trying to drug me and stuff. Let me tell y'all too, if I show you the picture, my face was like real tight. Like it was like super tight. And my skin was real tight. And I would go to the gym and he was standing there too. He's like, you drink this almond milk and you do this and you do that. And look at you, you still fat. And it's like, oh my God. He said, look at this article. They wrote this article and this all the stuff you doing. Look at yourself. I'm like, this nigga poisoning me. I think he giving me a little son, So I stopped eating there too. Like we didn't really eat at home either because in the first apartment we had a ton of roaches. Like I couldn't eat there anyway. They was everywhere. So when we got to this new place, we didn't have the roaches, but I was used to just like grabbing something and being on my way. And so I'm just like, yeah, you was doing too much. It was just too much. You could have just left. You didn't have to do none of the stuff you did. You could have just really talked to me. And that's the whole thing. It was just like these guys they really had in their mind that they had to hurt me to leave. Like, do y'all know me? Like, it's like, do you really know me? Do you know Shantae? Because, no. First off, I ain't even finna try to keep everything where I just have to depend on you, especially if it's 2 of us at home paying bills. Like, what, so yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. People don't do that. So yeah, you didn't have to, none of that stuff was something that y'all had to do. It's just like, I am perplexed. I am. Even though I know, Shantae, it's not your fault. When hurt people, it's not your fault. But it's still like, man, like what? Like, they read the stories and they just wanted to keep repeating them. Okay. So, and then steal my whole character, my life, everything, and give it away because they didn't want to be embarrassed. When y'all could have just took the embarrassment and we could have stopped it in the first place. Y'all want to keep going. So I don't even know which one it is. I don't know if it's the Sigmas, the Alphas, or the Kappas. I didn't even know the Kappas were involved. At first, I thought it was just the Sigmas and the Alphas until this Kappa is the one that told me about the setup. So I was just like, whoa, like y'all took the whole cake. You took the whole fucking cake. And I still have to give my shout out to the Omegas. I'm sorry to say, but y'all were the best people. And I know y'all had an issue. Y'all were not legal on campus. And you had an issue or something that where you were not legal. And so the whole thing is like, even with you not even being legal and you having the whole thing that you were doing, the whole soiree or whatever, you were not vulgar. You were not totally disrespectful. You know, it wasn't like, I told y'all, I just didn't want to serve you because I just wasn't that type of person. But because I did not respect you. I can't say I don't respect you. But anyway, so yeah, it was just like, but I do now. But like, I really do have to give y'all props. Like, I'm serious. Like, I even had a situation with one Omega, and I went over there, and he was like, yeah, you want to do that? You know, nope. He said, okay. And I just left. That was it. It's like, okay, that's so cool. You know, not to say, y'all gotta understand, I'm not saying, okay, that's the bare minimum and that's how it's been a bare minimum. I know. But still, it wasn't never no like, come here, let me get you now. You're mine. You know, it wasn't nothing like that. I had told the other guy no, and I still got trapped in the room and had to fight him and all this different stuff. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, y'all. Who knows? Anyway, so yes, that's it. Like, that's the whole thing about PTSD. PTSD. I did not know until I had the breakdown that I had it. And I think that's about it. I just didn't know. I didn't know at all. And now I feel like I can't get a job or I can't work a job. And I was working. I was working after I had my breakdown. And I was working just fine until people started messing with me and hassling me and all these different things. And I still probably could work. I do still want to design a school. But that's it. I mean, I do. You know, I still feel that way, but I feel like now I got my hand out of something, and I really don't have my hand out. I really know that I have good designs, and I'm a good writer. I think I have a good idea for a show, for a few shows. I wrote a few shows. I wrote a lot of shows. So, I don't know. I just like, it do feel like I'm begging. I feel like I'm needy. I feel, even though I'm not, I feel like I'm groveling. Like I'm just like trying to ask for my life back. And that part is true. I am. I don't need to be followed by people. And I don't need the police harassing me. And I don't need my family being angry for no reason. I just don't need all that stuff. You know, I don't need the anger. I have been through enough. You know, I don't need to repeat any stories or anything like, y'all already put me through all that stuff, and now you want me to go back through it again for what? I heard somebody say, well, I'm doing this because I wasn't there. No, we got to do this again because she wasn't there. We got to start this over. You gonna start over with some shit I wrote? You gonna start my life over because you stole some shit I wrote? That's what you finna do? You gonna start my life over because of some shit I wrote? The shit you used that I wrote. I don't know what. That's why they don't talk to me, because I don't know. Because I be done fucked y'all. I'm not playing. I really do. I just really want to hurt somebody. I really do. And it's like the trauma that is involved with this bullshit. It's not even fucking funny. And that's really why I be like, let me just go ahead and get my piece together, because I ain't never done nothing to none of y'all. And still haven't tried to. So that be like the whole thing. How the fuck you finna start me over with my life with some shit I did? You know, how you gonna have another bitch come back and do shit I did before and then be walking her through there like she the shit. What is wrong with y'all? That's why I be like, what really is the problem? Like, how many retarded people do it take? And then how many do it take it to stop it? Then it be like, I be scared because I'm not there. Because I can't hear what's going on. And I know that I'm really the only voice of reason in that situation. Even in that situation, when they silence me, y'all still sat there and let them do it. Like, no woman was like, no, let her speak. Oh no, we've been AKAs for a really long time. Let her speak. Let her speak. It took a few years before they even caught on and let me cut my hair off. Let me get into, some of this Erykah Badu. Let me do that. It took them a few years, But at the same time, it's like, nah, maybe we need to hear her. But then too, they were being abused too. Like, a couple of them were being beaten. The guy who came up to see me, Sean or whatever his name is, he was actually cheating and hitting his girlfriend or whatever. That's why it's like, why would y'all send somebody and put them in another abuser to come and say something about me or judge me or whatever? And so, yeah, I'm her, man. I really do just want my peace. Like, I'm so serious. Like, that's all I'm asking for. And that's why I get on her every day when it's a problem. And even when it's not a problem, when I wake up and I'm like, today I can't do today. I can't do today. That's not my fault that I can't do today because I'm not the person that put me in that situation. That's not my fault. So I don't know. I mean, I think today some people might not even listen. I don't care. It's just as long as somebody out there listen, somebody can listen to 2 snippets of it. I don't care. I just need them to know. Some days I can't do it. I can't. And if you know who it is that's stalking me or having these people with these attitudes and problems, all this different stuff coming from phrases from a classroom, why don't y'all get mad at the men that rape me? Start an argument with them. Stress them out like y'all stress me out. Follow them around. Just do that. Follow the nigga that set that shit up. See what else he gonna set up. Ain't nobody set up no interview. Ain't nobody set up no lifetime partner. Ain't nobody set up no business meeting. Ain't nobody set up no hair appointment. You know what I'm saying? No makeover. Set some shit up like that for me. Don't set up no more, I'm finna beat her ass. Set up for my son to get daycare or something, and for me to go out to eat it. Something like that. Set up some shrimp or something like that. Set up some crab legs or something being sent. Set up something like that. Set up a fucking shopping spree. But whatever you do not set up another rape. Do not set up for another nigga to put his hands on me for nothing. Don't set up for another bitch to cut my throat. Please don't set that. Please don't set that up for me. Please set up something different. I don't get my nails done, but me and my son, we get pedicures. Set up a pedicure. Set up for me to have an earring making party or something like that. Set up anything. Set up to get my shit moved out of this motherfucking, move back. Set up something. Set up for me to get my bus together. Set that up. Set that up. Set up for me to get a new refrigerator that don't leak water. A brand new table. Set up for me to get my furniture from Texas so I can start cutting it up, put it on a bus. Set that up. Set some of that stuff up. I'm just saying, set up for me to meet with Jamie Foxx or Ice Cube, man. I want to work with Ice Cube. Oh my God. Ice Cube, man, come on. I'm my California story. I got a California story, please. Ice Cube. Ice Cube. Ice Cube. So yeah, Ice Cube. Man, I would love to work with Ice Cube. Ice Cube, Jamie Foxx. Oh my God, Trina. I just sent something to her, whatever her boss is, Trina. I love Trina. Drake looked kind of thick in that video. Don't he look thicker than a But let me see. Who else? I want to work with so many people. I still want to work with Will Sharp and a guy who wrote Shameless, because I think my topics, I know they feel a little embarrassed. They didn't want to be embarrassed. So, you know, it's like I think he'll be like a good person for me to work with, cause I'm not as embarrassed as other people are. You know, like I'm just not. Um, who else? Um, certified freak, 7 days a week. What else? I don't know. I think that's it. Like it's just like those are people. I had ideas to work with Will Sharp just because I know how he tackles the anxiety. Because when I saw that show, I was like, that is such a beautiful vision. But man, Ice Cube, and now it's not as horrific as the other stories. Like it's like actually a good story. It's actually like a feel good piece, you know. So yeah, I'm groveling. I feel like I'm groveling. I feel like I have my hands out. I don't want people to feel sorry for me either. I just want to. Okay, at first, y'all, I'm serious. I did not want them to feel like I feel. But just because my son now has some anxiety and PTSD, I do. I really want. I did not want revenge. I don't want revenge. I just want you. I just want you to suffer. I do. It's like I really hate y'all, and the women too, the men and the women. I really hate you. And so I mean, I don't know what drove a person to do that. I don't know what drove y'all to do that. I don't know where y'all would put that into y'all system of doing anything. And what good did it get you, or where did you go with it, or how did it help you in any kind of way? Um, I just don't have any respect for you at all. And so in that case, I just really don't give a fuck. You know, it's like, you know, if I had the chance, I would actually just, I'd probably give you life. I really would. Life. At first I was about the rehabilitation. I was like, oh yeah, when I first started, like, yeah. And the more and more I get to see, like, how we miss out on stuff and how people think that that's what we want to do and that we gotta see all the stars. No, we just want to get on a bus and go to the beach. Um, we just want to travel. We want to go see that dinosaur thing. Like, you know, it's a museum where they got like a dinosaur crawling on top of it. I want to go with my son and try to find it somewhere. We just want to, like, you know, drive and eat different food. Even if we do have to stop at every fucking McDonald's on our way there and only stop at one different restaurant. That's what we want to do, you know. That's what we want to do. That's how we was setting up our life. But some days, you know, it's scary because you don't know if people really are following you or why you got smoke in your hotel room or whatever, you know. Or why they sitting on a train listening to your conversation and recording you and shit. So a lot of that shit, you know, it'd be like it's really scary. So yeah, that's all we want to do. We weren't trying to bother nobody. We weren't doing nothing to nobody. Nothing. So yeah, that's what made me want to be like, yeah, you need life or death. It don't. So yeah, that's just you. It just take the fucking taste out my mouth. But yeah, anyway, so yes, it's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorns. Please have a great day, you know. And if they kill me, you know, it's on the computer. They got it. They got copies of it. They got copies of what I wrote. So, yeah, y'all have a great day. Be blessed.